Hiya. Happy, 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 happy. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy, 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 happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy, 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 happy Monday. Happy, happy Monday. Okay. So y'all know I like sap. Sorry, y'all. Like, I apologize. That was a little net, or yeah, it was something flying around my ring light. So y'all forgive me. Sorry. Sorry. Happy Monday, everybody. Good evening, good morning, good day, good night, good afternoon, whatever time you are watching this. Happy Monday, happy Tuesday, whatever day it is that you are watching this. Thank you all for joining me. We're going to go ahead and get started. For those of you all who do not know, I am Dr. JaNee. Dr. JaNee Mobley, affectionately known as Dr. JaNee, and I help women overcome mindsets that prevent profit, progress, and prosperity so that they can pursue their passion. So, welcome to Transformational Mondays on YouTube. Transformational Mondays, if this is your first time ever joining me for Transformational Mondays, make sure you put a one in the comments, say hi. Make sure you tell me where you're tuning in from. Give me just 1 second. I need to drink some water, y'all. I'm getting over. I don't know what this is. Like, I don't know what it is. Y'all, I shouldn't be distracted, but it's yeah, whatever. All right. Forgive me. Forgive me. Real life live. That's the greatest thing about going live. Like, you get the amazingness. Okay, so tonight, if you all will, make sure you share this live with about 2 or 3 people. We're going to go ahead and get started. Tonight, I want to talk to you all about why you must believe in yourself. Why do you must believe in yourself? Why you must believe in yourself in order to implement your idea. Again, as you come in, say hi, tell me what state or city you are tuning in from. Make sure you drop a one in the comments. Hi, hello. If this is your first time joining me, make sure you put that in the comments as well. I want you to know that I appreciate you all, but we're going to go ahead and get started. So, have you ever had an idea and for the life of you, you want people in your circle, your family members to believe in you? You want their support, you want their encouragement. And while that would be amazing, right? It is disappointing sometimes when those who are closest to you do not believe in you. Yes. When they do not believe in you, it can be discouraging, right? What happens when people don't believe in you? When you have an idea and you want to take the step to move forward in it, what can happen when people do not believe in you? How do you feel when people don't believe in you? It can be discouraging. It can make you question about whether what your idea is something that you should move forward with. So tonight I want to talk to you all about why you must believe in yourself. Why you must believe in yourself. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel so that anytime that I'm on, you get the amazingness. So we're going to go ahead and get started because I promise y'all I'll be done in about 15 to 20 minutes. So here's the thing that I want to share with you all. Let's go over some definitions because the Bible tells us that in all of our getting that we should get understanding. And a lot of the times when we say we use belief very often, right? So what does it mean to believe? To believe is to consider something to be true and honest. To believe means to accept something as true, genuine, or real. That's what it means to believe. Belief, by definition, means faith. Y'all remember that, okay? Because we're going to get to that when we talk about point number 3. Having belief means to trust, faith, and have confidence in something or someone. So when we are expecting people to believe in us, we are expecting people to trust us. We're expecting people to have faith in us. We are expecting people to have confidence in us. And one of the words and definitions for confidence means to be sure. So when we're asking people to believe in us, we're asking them to be sure of us as an individual and what it is that we are daring to produce. Some things that I want you to keep in mind is that when people that you love dearly do not believe in you, I want you to consider this, and this is not always the case. Number one of the reasons why people may not believe in you is, especially if they know you, they're looking at who you used to be. They're looking at all of the messes that you made, all the mistakes that you made, all the errors in life that you made, right? All of the times that you weren't honest with them about things when you should have been honest. So, what they're looking at is the former you. They're looking at who you used to be, not the person that you have transformed into being now or whom you're seeking to transform. Remember, to believe and have belief means to trust. So, in order for people to believe in you, they have to trust in you. So, one of the reasons why they may not trust in you is because of what you have already done in the past that proves, or in their mind, shows as evidence that you cannot be trusted. And the only way, and hear me when I say this, the only way to shift their mindset, if that is possible, is to be the person of your word. Excuse me, y'all. Is to move forward in whatever it is that you're daring to do anyway, and do it with integrity until that trust is rebuilt. Number two, the reason why they may not believe in you is, frankly, they may not believe in themselves. It is so hilarious sometimes why, when we're asking for others, whether it's your family members, your friends, those that you love, to believe in you, when the reality of it is that they don't believe in themselves. They don't have faith in themselves. And a lot of the times people base their faith, their belief, their trust in you based upon their position and their lack of belief in themselves. So it's no wonder that they don't believe in you, because they don't believe in themselves. They don't believe in your idea, your business, what it is that you're seeking to do, because guess what? They didn't believe that they could pursue a business. They didn't believe that they can go on and do great and successful things in life. So a lot of the times you have to consider who it is that you're asking to believe in you. I don't care if it's your parents. I don't care if it's a best friend. I don't care who it is. I want you to do a deep dive into whom you are expecting to believe in you, and ask this question. Do they believe in themselves? Have they ever stepped out to dare to do anything amazing or successful? What is their history with believing and being sure of their abilities and their strengths and their talents? Do they even believe that they have any? And here is the thing: if they don't believe they have any gifts or talents, if they don't believe that they can be successful, how do you think or expect for them to believe that you can be successful? You got to consider who you're talking about and who you're talking to. So tonight, I want to share with you all why you don't need their belief, why you don't need the people that you are expecting to believe in you to believe in you. Because here's the thing: who is to say that your gift, your talent, your idea is for them? Who's to say that? And as I'm talking, I want you all to drop in the comments, what is your industry? What idea, what business idea, or what invention, or what industry it is that you are daring to go into? So number one, here's the thing that I want you to consider when as to why you don't need other people to believe in you, those that you are expecting to believe in you. Here's the thing: as a believer of Jesus, in Jesus Christ, I understand that the gift that I have, God gave me. The scripture tells us that before he formed me, before he formed you as a believer in your mother's womb, he called you, right? The scripture talks about him calling, in this scripture, Jeremiah to be a prophet, right? In that same way that he knew, he discerned, he understood Jeremiah's gift and what he formed, before he formed Jeremiah, he knew Jeremiah. He knew you in the same way. And he created you for whatever the gift is and the idea is that he's giving you. And here's one of the things that I love about when I talk about Jeremiah. Jeremiah lacked confidence. Jeremiah at the time did not know who he was. And even when, as God was telling him who he was in doubt. All because he was looking at himself from his point of view. His point of view, not from God's point of view. So here's the thing, as a believer, if you know that God sent you on assignment, or if you know that he's giving you whatever the invention is or the idea is, you don't need the validation of other people. If I look back at the story of Esther, Esther in the Bible was an orphan, right? She was an orphan and she was raised by her cousin. In that particular story, I am fascinated how Haman hated her cousin Mordecai so much that he wanted to kill all of the Jews, in which Esther was one of them. Right? Esther's assignment was so serious and so strong and so needed that she could not allow the opinion of Haman to get in the way of her assignment. She had to know that she was sent and called by God to fulfill the very assignment on and for her life. You have to be so convinced that regardless of those who do not believe in you nor see you, you have to have the boldness to move in it anyway. Number two, why must you believe? Why must you not require the belief of others to move forward in your idea? Why must you believe in yourself? Number two, here's the thing. This is the idea that God has given you. And if you aren't sure, if you don't trust yourself, how do you expect as an entrepreneur and as a creator for people to buy into whatever it is that you're selling? How do you expect for them to buy if you don't believe? One of the things that I understand is that if you don't believe in you and you don't believe in whatever it is that you're selling or you're offering to people, guess what? They're going to see it and they're going to pick up on it. And if people sense an ounce of a lack of confidence in your ability to provide them the solution to their problem, they're going to run and they're going to run fast. People buy you before they buy anything it is that you're selling. Always remember that. People buy you as an individual. This is why you hear people say, build a personal brand before you build a business brand. Because the saying is true. People buy from those who they know, like, and trust. All of that is belief. So if you don't believe in you, if you don't believe in the idea that you have been given, how do you expect other people to believe in you? Before they buy whatever it is that you are selling them, they're going to buy you first. Good evening, good morning, good day, good afternoon. Glad you are here. Right? If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Right? And here's one of the things that I understand and I have observed. When you believe in you and you have faith and trust and confidence in yourself, it attracts people to you. People buy into you, right? It is very infectious to have confidence. Very infectious to have confidence. So you want to make sure that you believe in yourself and you believe in whatever solution it is that you are providing to someone's problem so much that they are convinced that you can provide them the transformation that they so desperately need and are seeking and or desire. One of the things that I think about when I think about Jesus, and I apologize to y'all because I said I was going to be done in 15 minutes and we almost there. But anyway, is that Jesus was sure of himself because he knew his assignment and he did not waver from his assignment and that belief. And because of that, of his surety, guess what? People flocked to Jesus. People followed him because they knew he was sure. They knew he could be trusted. You have to present yourself in the marketplace as someone who can be trusted. How can you build trust with your audience? How can you build trust with those who you have been called to serve? You have to be consistent. I want you to think about a relationship, whether a friendship or an intimate relationship. If I tell you, or if someone says, hey, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, and they don't do it, then it is evident that they possibly cannot be trusted. So the next time they say they're going to do something, your belief in their ability to execute the very thing that they said that they would do would be minimized. Why? Because they said they were going to do something before and they never did it. In that same way, people view you in that same way on the internet. You're here today, but you're going tomorrow. You're here for a whole week, maybe even a whole month. And then after that, you hear crickets. You're not consistent. And that could be because you're discouraged because you don't see enough likes, enough hearts. Sidebar. If you are building a business for the likes, you might as well quit. You might as well quit. If you're building a business for the reactions of people, you might as well quit because you'll be easily discouraged and disappointed. Your positioning and you producing a product is to serve the needs and the wants of others, not to feed off of their reaction. Your position is to provide a service or ultimately to serve people in some capacity. That should be your position, to serve. So when you serve, you're consistent in your serving. What does that look like on social media? It means if you're going to post consistently. This is why, and here's the thing, the way technology has been built is evident. Algorithms show more content of individuals who are consistent on that particular platform. When you're inconsistent, they don't show your content as much because it's evident that maybe you can't be trusted. When you are building a brand, you want to build a brand that is consistent. That shows consistency in being trusted. I'm gonna tell y'all a real quick story. I remember I one of the parts of my business is or legs of my business is to make sure a part of speaking, right? So hold on a second, because people just, Lord have mercy. Oh Lord, I do believe in blocking people. I'm gonna say that. So whoever, all right, report. No, I ain't gonna say that. People are just sad. Okay. All right. There we go. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Okay, back to what I was saying. So, quick thing, and I apologize to you all for that. But and this one of the things about being live. It's just it happens. People like to be a whole distraction, right? So tonight, just to get back to the point, for those of you all who are dropping in, tonight I'm sharing with you all why you must believe in yourself, right? Here's the thing, and even as just as that as an example, people will be a distraction to stop you from moving forward in your goals and moving forward in the very thing that you know that you have been called and created to do, right? Here's the thing, your belief is required to remain focused. Your belief is required to ensure that you provide a solution to the problem of those that you have been called to serve. And lastly, number three, why you must believe in yourself. In order for your idea, your product, your service, your business to live, to thrive, to be successful, to make money, you must believe. I'm going to say that again. In order for your business, your idea, your product, your service to be successful, to produce, and to live, it requires your belief. I have an equation behind me, and I apologize to you all for the glare, but it reflects on the scripture that says, faith without works is dead. And God literally gave me an equation to simplify it and make it a very real thing. So in order, here's the thing, the equation goes like this. Faith minus work equals death. I can switch that around to say you can do the work, right? Don't have any faith. It's still going to lead to death. So what does that mean? In order for your idea to be successful, in order for your business to be successful, in order for your product to be successful, in order for your service, in order for you to be successful, period, you must have two things. You can't have one without the other. You must have faith, which is belief, which is trust, right? And you must do the work. Faith plus work equals life. And this is for any area of your life. You can work all day long, but if you don't believe in the work that you are doing will produce whatever the result is, it won't lead to any success. It won't lead to any success. Y'all on a roll tonight. Y'all on a roll tonight. Y'all on a roll. Like a roll tonight. Sorry. Y'all on a roll tonight. Okay. All right. Jesus Christ. Okay. So I'm going to close with this. I want you all to understand that in order for whatever it is, that I don't care if it's to lose weight, start a business, in any relationship, you have to, I don't care what it is, whatever your product, your service is, you have to understand that you need two things in order for it to be successful. You got to believe. And here's the thing, belief requires trust. Belief requires faith. That means that if nobody else believes in the idea, in the business, in the book, in the service that you are daring to produce, you still got to believe. You got to believe and see it when nobody else does. At some point, I'm sure decades ago, the idea of having something as small, having a cell phone, was probably the most ridiculous thing ever. Because at some point, it was just nothing but house phones. I'm sure the person who created cell phones, they probably laughed at them. They probably thought the idea, whoever they were sharing it with, they probably thought it was completely ridiculous because they didn't believe. But here is the thing. The person who created the cell phone, the person who created televisions, the person who created YouTube, the people who created all of these things, at some point, there were people who did not believe in them. But if they waited only for other people to believe in them, to move forward in the very idea, we may have never had a cell phone. We may have never seen the inventions and products and services that we see and are experiencing. You got to believe when nobody else believes. You got to trust that whatever it is that you are building is going to work, even if nobody else sees it. Here's one thing that I truly understand. The reason why a lot of people don't get what it is that you are doing, perhaps is not their assignment, it's yours. You have the vision. And maybe you're the only person who needs to see it at its initiation. Maybe you're the only person who needs to see it at this point. If they don't buy into it, whether it's family, friends, or whomever, you still need to move forward with it with a position of belief, in a position of faith, in a position that is going to work, in a position knowing that even if I failed at other things in life, this is going to work. Regardless of what they say, because remember, for those of you all who have been on since the beginning, I said this, that a lot of the times people don't believe in you because they lack belief in themselves. And you can't expect other people to believe in you when they fail to believe in themselves. Half of the things that you are daring to do, have you ever considered that those individuals didn't have the faith nor belief that they could do it? You're asking them to do something that they never did. And that is having belief, That is having belief in you. They don't believe in themselves. So if they don't believe in themselves, how do you think they're going to believe in you? You want people on your team and in your circle who, just like the man who had the friends who lifted him up and put him in the Bible, in the scripture, from the roof of the building. You need people in your life who are going to be able to lift you up. You need people in your life who are going to push you. You need people in your life who are not going to allow you to quit. Quit worrying about who don't believe in you. Here's the biggest question. Where is your belief in you? That's what matters. Again, if you all haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you all click the subscribe button. Also, make sure you get your free gift, the 5 mistakes that women make that prevent them from profiting from their purpose. And I'll see you all next time. Remember to know your worth. Good night, y'all. Bye.